Hello guys, and welcome back to this week's episode of Imagination with Isabella. Today we're going to be trying something a little bit different. We're going to do some crocheting. So let's go get the materials we need to get started. Okay, the materials that we're going to be using today is our crochet hook, which we'll be obviously using to make our loops. And secondly is our yarn, which when it comes to yarn, you can really use whatever yarn you like. A pair of scissors just in case when you're ready to cut the yarn and finish off the loop. Okay, now that you have your beginner hoop, I'm going to show you what to do next and how to continue down your crochet line. So let's go and let's get started. As you can see, I have my hoop right here, and then I have my yarn, and I'm going to pull through the yarn just like this. So the first part is really easy. You're just going to hook on the string just like this, and then you're going to pull it through your hoop, and now you have a couple hoops like this. As you can see, there are two hoops on the crochet hook. The first part is only dealing with the singular hoop. You want to drag the yarn through the first loop and only through the first loop. Then with your crochet hook, with the hoop still on it, you're going to pull the yarn through both of the loops and pull the yarn strong and make sure it is tight. I want to show you again a little bit slower and still close up at a couple more different angles. Which hopefully helps you guys give you a better look at how to do crocheting. Now hopefully after doing this a couple of times you have the hang of it and understand how to do this. So I'm going to speed up the video and show you what the crochet looks like towards the end of the video while you're done. And now you should be getting to the end of the video, and I will continue on doing what I just showed you and to continue down the crochet line, which it should be about consistent of 10 loops down the line. And then you're continue the steps I showed you to complete these 10 loops. Okay, now that you have a nice crochet line, I'm going to show you the next step of how to make it a little bit wider. There's a couple steps which I showed you, which is the same way of just in and out. The only thing that is really different about making the line wider is you're going to have to wrap the crochet hook around the loop instead of that is already made. So instead of just having one loop, you have two loops. So just in case I wasn't clear, you want to drag the yarn and pull it through, then pull the yarn through both of the holes. So now I'm going to give you some time to finish your crochet line and keep showing you examples of how to do it correctly. Then come back to the video and I will show you how to finish it up and continue your crocheting with other things that you can make. So now that you have 2 rows on your crochet line, you continue making more lines and more rows, or you could finish it up, and I will show you how to do that in a minute. While making your crochet lines, it could ultimately lead to making hats, scarves, gloves, and even cute little animals that you can make out of yarn. It is a really fun and creative way to be creative and to work with your hands. So now that you are caught up with your crochet line, I'm going to show you how to finish off your crochet line. Okay, so to finish that crochet line, you're going to want to start off with the normal process of making a loop and pulling it through the hoop, just like so. So then after you make the hoop, you're going to cut off the extra yarn, just like so. And then you're going to pull it tight. And then there you go, you have your finished crochet line. Okay, that is it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed making the crochet line and continue with crocheting. And I hope you guys have a good rest of the day. Thank you.
Who is there when you're in danger? Who is there when you need help? Who is there on your worst days? Who shows up? They do. Being a volunteer firefighter means having to work hard, trust your fellow firefighters, be able to change what you're doing in a moment's notice, have extreme focus, work under pressure, and most importantly, never panic. Being on a fire department means more than meets the eye. You get to be part of a family built on not only trust, but also extreme understanding. CALS Fire provides fire suppression, rescue, extrication, hazmat, and emergency medical service responses to more than 4,432 residents in a 54 square mile rural area encompassing the town of Cats. On Thursdays, they hold a variety of different training exercises, such as extrication, fireground operation, and various medical trainings. On Thursdays, they even hold their very important business meetings. On Sundays, they hold members-only church service, members-only breakfast, and truck checks, where they make sure the equipment is in tip-top shape to be protecting their beloved community. CALS Fire cares and respects their community. During the summer, they hand out popsicles to kids. They participate in numerous local parades. And on Halloween, they even hand out glow sticks. During Pork Fest, a small festival in Cats, the fire department cooks and sells over 1,200 pork chops. They hold a raffle and they talk to the community about fire prevention. There's also Touch a Truck days where they have numerous trucks available, such as fire trucks and even garbage trucks for the community to see and learn about. Around Christmas time, you can come to the fire department and take pictures with none other than Santa Claus himself. The fire department does a lot for their community, and they love every single second of it. It was a privilege to be able to talk to some of the members of the Cats Fire Department, like Assistant Chief Don Sutter.
So what was it like being chief for so many years?
Well, I was chief for 30 years and I've seen a lot of changes. Some good, some bad. At the end, I was getting to the point where I was happy with the way things were, and I knew it was time for somebody else to take over with new ideas.
Do you want to join CALS Fire?
My dad was on the fire department as I was growing up. He retired here as an assistant chief with about 35 years of service in, so it was just always something that I grew up and wanted to inspire to be like him and help others.
I liked the adventure. I watched the trucks leave when I was in high school, so I like to I wanted to follow what they were doing.
What made me want to join is my dad. Growing up, he was on, I came around with him, and I just grew to love the place. And that's what started my career.
So what is the process of responding to a call?
All of our volunteer firemen have an app on their phone that goes off where we wear a fire pager. We might be at home, we might be at work, we might be somewhere out in the community when that call for service comes in. We all respond to the station quickly but as safely as we can to put on our gear and get on the responding apparatus for that particular type of call, whether it's a house fire, brush fire, car accident, or medical call.
A memorable experience you had as a volunteer firefighter?
The most memorable to me was my first fire. After everything was said and done, I realized how much everyone's there for you, how much the department as a whole cares for its community.
What advice would you give to someone wanting to join CALS Fire?
If you're wanting to join CALS Fire or a volunteer organization, is give it your all. If you're going to make the dedication and the time to do it, put your full effort into it. And also remember that anything that you post on things like social media or goofy things like that can come back to haunt you in getting a job in the future. So just be smart about some of that kind of stuff.
What advice would you give to someone wanting to join CALS Fire?
Just fill out the application. Don't be scared. Everyone here comes from a different background. As long as you're in this for good intentions, we'd love to have you.
Now, ask yourself, do you want to be a part of something bigger? Do you want to make a difference in your community? Are you ready to step up and serve? CALS Fire is always accepting new members. Feel free to join your local volunteer or paid fire department today. Professional, focused, trained, CALS Fire.
Legends say that the blue flames burn the hottest. Let's put that to the test. With Taki's Blue Heat rolled tortilla chips, they're like a fireball in your mouth. A furnace for your taste buds. Get ready for a sensory experience so intense, it may be our most extreme flavor yet. Can you face the intensity?
Yeah, we're going on, I think, 28 years now. My mom and dad opened the gym in 95, and at that time I was 8 years old. So, going on the 30-year mark, and it's been a crazy journey, because you end up, competing against all the chains in the area, YMCA, Anytime Fitness, Charter at the time, now Planet Fitness.
People motivate me to keep coming back because I know I inspire others, and I just honestly want to do it for them at this point. I'm at this point in life where lifting has become so much a part of me, I kind of want to spread it to others, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying?
As far as the type of people, I think it's just a place where people take fitness a little more seriously as far as weightlifting, people that are here every single day that are committed a little bit more. It all comes down to the people. We have a very good sense of relationships with people and how to do things right for people here. And instead of focusing on the profit so much or driving sales, we have referrals from members, we have referrals from friends, we have a history in the community, and that's basically our driving point, and that's basically what is our motive. As far as the future, it's just to keep on evolving, keep being a part of the community, just having a good presence as far as people having a place to release, and just keep bettering themselves. That's always the objective, is just to be here for our members.
then you got my bag. Was anybody else up there?
Maybe. When you stormed off, I was in the trash. The trash was up there. Ella was up there.
I just walked away there. Hello?
What?
Surprise!
Hi, so I'm Mr. McClendon. I am the executive producer of The Friday Show and the leader, the teacher of this class, which is also my role in the movie, The Final Class. What's the best part about this project, I think, is that we're shining a spotlight on people in the class that aren't always at the forefront. We've done 11, I think, of these Friday shows now, and people like Katie, who's our lead, she's done some segments for sure. She's gotten her name out there. But this is a big role for her, and it really gets to show off a side of her personality that I think a lot of us are going to be surprised about. Ashley as well has a speaking role in this that we don't always get to see on the Friday show. Liam, there's a lot of people in class that don't always make it on the show because they're working more behind the scenes. So the fact that we got almost everybody into some type of acting role, maybe even getting them out of their comfort zone, I think that was really fun to see, and I think our audiences will agree too.
I feel that the most fun and interesting part about being the director is really being able to see the whole movie come together. I was there for the writing the script part, and then seeing the scenes being shot, and then going into editing. It's really magical, how you get raw footage to become a movie.
My favorite scene was probably Trey's death scene. I don't know if you could tell, but I was smiling through the entirety of it. I just liked being chased with an axe for some odd reason, you know what I'm saying?
My favorite scene to film was the one where I got killed, because that was one of my 2 scenes, and that was the most fun one.
This is a big project, multi-page script, acting, legitimate acting going on, table reads, so a lot of behind the scenes stuff, which is always my favorite. The final product is always great, but being able to see it from start to finish is really the best part of this job, actually.